Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 696, and today's topic of lecture is the chemistry and health benefits of papain, or also it is known as papaiotin enzyme. And today I will be discussing the natural sources, that is plant sources, and its chemistry, because we all know that papain is a type of digestive enzyme, and this enzyme is naturally extracted from papaya fruit, and that papaya fruit which is unripe, then the upper surface of the fruit is incision is cut, and the white latex milk comes out, and that one is collected. Actually, the papaya in Indian language is called papita, and in Borno state commonly they call it popo. English name is papaya, and this fruit is mainly cultivated in tropical countries, Asia and Africa. And this papaya is full of digestive enzyme, we call it, and out of that digestive enzyme, papain is one of the most important digestive enzyme, and this enzyme is full of lot of amino acids, and one of the most important amino acid is called cysteine. And actually papain or papaiotin is mainly cysteine, is a type of amino acid, and there are 212 other amino acids present in papain enzyme, and it is globally known as the enzyme of tenderization, where if you want to soften the hard fiber of meat, you add papain or papaiotin powder. And nowadays globally papain enzyme is found in powder form, tablet form, jelly form, paste form. There are different type of derivatives of papain enzyme, and papain is known since thousands of years as a tenderizer to break down the hard fiber into soft one. And the main enzyme present in it, that is called protease, and protease plays very important role in breaking down of protein molecules into first dipeptide and finally into amino acid. And if you know chemistry very well, if you take any meat piece and put in beaker, add water and either sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, 14%, 20%, and start boiling, it will take at least 10 to 12 hours, even up to 20 hours, to completely hydrolyze that meat fiber into final product amino acid. It takes 10 to 20 hours. But once we are taking the same meat in our stomach, these enzymes, they break down that complex protein into amino acid in 3 hours time. All meat, whatever we are eating, 3 hours time is enough to break down into amino acid. So it is the beauty of different type of enzymes, digestive enzymes, and papain is one of them. Papain some 70-80 years ago was known as only the enzyme of tenderization, but today lot of products are there out of papain enzyme to treat different type of health conditions. For example, nowadays gel is available, papain gel, that is used to treat burn, to treat swelling, to treat lot of other muscular disorder, papain paste and tablet is available. That is used for stomach disorder, any indigestion, ulceration, hyperacidity, because it is full of digestive enzyme like albuminoid. Albuminoid is a powerful digestive enzyme, and once the fruit papaya is ripened, then the yellow mass of that fruit papaya is rich in resin, fiber, pectin, sugar, and other organic acids like malic acid, citric acid, tartaric acid, and some fat and starch. So that is when it is ripe. And once it is ripe, the density or the quantity of the papain or papayotene enzyme is drastically reduced. So it is only extracted from unripe green papaya. The latex or milk is extracted, it is dry, and then in crude form we will purify it, and then it is packed. So in this way, this papain enzyme is very, very important nowadays for different type of diseases, for our health benefit. That's why I have given the chemistry of this enzyme papain or papayotene to understand what are there inside and how it is working as a agent to tenderize or to break down the complex hard fiber into amino acid and soft fiber. So here all the points I have given one by one to discuss the health benefit and chemistry of papain or papayotene. The chemistry and health benefits of papain, which is known as papayotene also, that is a type of enzyme, and we can get from natural source, that is botanical name of that plant is Carica papaya, and in Borno state it is called popo, and in Indian language it is called papita, and it belongs to family Caricaceae. Number one, the enzyme papain or papayotene are obtained from unripe papaya, that is papita or popo fruit. So it is very important, I have already told you, that papain or papayotene enzyme is obtained from unripe fruit. Once it is ripe, drastically the papain enzyme is reduced, and mostly they are now in the form of resin, pectin, sugar, and other type of acids which I have already mentioned. And plant is cultivated in tropical countries, and among them Nigeria and India is there. In all tropical countries, papaya is cultivated. The rind of the fruit nearing maturity gives a white milky juice, and that white milky juice which we get out of unripe papaya, that is latex, and which contains albuminoid. Actually, albuminoid is a very good digestive enzyme, and it is responsible of your controlling lot of digestion of different type of carbohydrate and protein, and commonly it is known as a digestive enzyme. Papain also called papayotene. The latex changes into yellowish color. It changes its color to yellowish color on ripening of the fruit. Number two, the fruit's pulp contains a soft yellow color, resin, fat, albuminoid, sugar, pectin, citric acid, tartaric acid, malic acid, and dextrin. So once the pawpaw or papaya fruit is fully ripe, its chemistry is different, and these are all products it contains, and these products are mainly it is albuminoid, that is digestive enzyme, its sugars, pectin, resins, they are all very important phytochemicals, citric acid, tartaric acid, malic acid, and dextrin. Seeds contain oil, and leaves contain a type of alkaloid known as carpine and one glucoside. Number 3, papyotin, that is papain enzyme, is usually produced as a crude dry material by collecting the leaf from the fruit of the papaya, and that is the latex is collected after scoring the neck of the fruit, means shallow incision on the fruit. By making shallow incision on the fruit, lot of white milky material will come out in the form of latex, and that is collected, and that latex may dip into the container. It is dried in the sunlight to get in crude form, and its purification is necessary. It is purified and then in the powder form it is packed. Number 4, papain is actually cysteine. It is a very rich in cysteine, is a type of amino acid, and which is responsible of breaking down of the protein molecule, and it contains 212 amino acids. Papain or papyotin is rich in several enzymes, and the most important one, which is acting very powerfully on peptide, that is called peptidase 1, and which is capable of converting protein into dipeptide. So next in number 5, in papain, a renin-like covalent enzyme is present, and that acts on casein, is a type of protein in the milk, and that protein is coagulated in presence of papain, and that coagulation is because of amylopectin enzyme, a clotting enzyme similar to pectase that have mild activity on fat. Number 6, papyotin, that is papain, is used in biochemical research involving the analysis of proteins in preparation of various remedies for indigestion, in tenderizing meat, and in enzyme actions as cleaning agent to clean the very soft contact eye lenses. That is mainly used for those contact lenses to clean it. Number 7, in Indian subcontinent, it is used as folk remedy for contraception and abortion. Papain enzyme is also popular as a topical application in the treatment of cuts, rashes, stinges, and burns in the countries where it is produced. That's why it is not advisable for those women who are pregnant to consume more papaya during pregnancy period, because it has abortification effect, and it is widely used in the Indian subcontinent in the beginning for this contraceptive and abortion. Number 8, papain protease. Protease is a very important enzyme in this, and that acts on protein to break down into amino acid. Protease, which is useful in breaking down tough meat fibers, and it is utilized for thousands of years in India. Actually, papita, which is rich in papain, is used in India for thousands of years. Wherever we have any tough meat preparation, we add few pinch or half tablespoon of papain, or if it is not available in rural area even, the ladies, they will cut the unripe fruit, make it in pieces, and they will dehydrate it, and they will keep it, and in small pieces they will add into their curry or stew of meat. Not only that, once they are preparing for any type of suya, then they will add some small pieces, crushed one, into that suya, so that all the hard meat fiber will become very soft and it will be easy to digest. So it is used in India. And today papain is available in powder form, in tablet form, in gel form, paste form, in ointment form. Lot of preparations of papains are there. If you go to supermarket, you will get lot of supplements which are used as a food material to take care of your digestive system and to enhance your biological activity, and also to we can say take care of gastric problem, ulcer and hyperacidity. Commonly, ointments are commonly used from fermentation of papaya flesh, and nowadays the papaya ointment is available, and that ointment is manufactured by the fermentation of papaya, that is yellow material flesh, and that fermented material is packed in the form of ointment, and it is used as a food supplement. So lot of preparations are there out of papain and also papaya fruit, only because it contains such type of enzymes like papain, we call it papaiotin. Number 9. A papain protease, which is useful in breaking down the meat fibers, it utilized for thousands of years, and it is used. Papain is available in the powder form, tablet form, gel form, paste form to remedy for digestive problems. Papain ointments commonly made from fermentation of the papaya flesh, and it is used as gel like paste to treat the skin problems. Number 9. Papain is mainly digestive enzyme. That is actually papain is commonly known as digestive enzyme, and in India it is commonly known as tenderization agent. The powder which can tenderize, which can break down the hard meat fiber into soft one. Naturally found in papaya fruits, and it is mainly protease. Actually it is papaya, mainly it is protease, is a type of enzyme, and that is responsible of breaking down of complex protein into amino acid dipeptide, the final product, an enzyme that break down the protein into amino acid, which helps in digestion. Because of this property, papain enzyme is used as a tenderizer. Number 10. According to latest research, a lot of publications are there nowadays, and now in that publication they are mentioning that papain is also is powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant because of the presence of cysteine and other lot of resin, pectin and some other phytochemicals like beta carotene. So because of these phytochemicals, papaya fruit and papain itself, the enzyme, is a very good antioxidant which can reduce drastically the oxidative stress, and that's why it is anti-cancerous nowadays. It is they are treating, and also it can control your hyperacidity, ulceration. So all these latest research publications are there on papain and also papaya ointment, which is available in the market. In many fight inflammation and can reduce oxidative stress. This enzyme is used to reduce pain, and papain has potential to treat celiac disease, and it can reduce the heartburn. Heartburn means that is your acid reflux or hyperacidity. So lot of enzyme action is there, and papaya is full of lot of enzymes, mainly diastase, and it contains 212 amino acids. So, my dear students, friends who are interested in chemistry or those who belong to scientific community, especially in biochemistry, chemistry and pharmacy, these lectures are very important. And now I am discussing the chemistry of enzymes, and next lecture I am going to discuss the chemistry of zymase, protease, invertase, and many of our students, they only know that they are the type of enzyme, but inside chemistry what type of chemicals they are having, many of them they don't know. And I am just delivering, sharing my scientific knowledge with my students, with my scientific community. As we know, scientific community is very silent, small community. So this my lecture is for those people who are in scientific community, more specifically the biochemistry, chemistry and pharmacy students. So thank you very much for watching the lecture. Please don't forget two things. First, you watch, then click the button to subscribe and send to your friends, because it is just like sadaqah, it's just like charity to make others to know all these things. So you share with your classmates, those who are interested in all this pharmaceutical, biochemical and organic chemistry. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.